distinguished participants, as the keynote speaker said, and of course as panelists emphasized, yes, we are actually facing a very serious crisis economically, politically, socially, and ecologically, and indeed, natural capital and human and social capital have been and are and continue to be severely reduced, destroyed. The question is, how can we come out of the present predicament? And obviously the main culprits are in the economy and in the political sphere. Economy as it is today is the economy, to repeat the phrase, this economy kills. As we know, the data showed that actually in the last 20 years, 423 million people have died. This is when you compare it with all sorts of other disasters. For instance, with the Second World War, more people died because of poverty per year than during the Second World War, which itself indeed underlines this, that this economy has changed. This led the World Academy to the point to conclude that what is needed is a paradigm shift. The paradigm which is comparable to the paradigm shift that we had in natural sciences, in physics, at the turn of the 19th into 20th century, when we had quantum physics and the theory of relativity, or to put it in a more subtle domain, paradigm shift which occurred during the Neolithic agricultural revolution. And just as at that time we learned to live together with animals and with various plants, now be in a position to have to share our world, our civilization, and robots, of course, influencing on the question of the work, and of course making the future work very specific. It was very important to hear the speech of Mr. Poshan from ILO, where he pointed out that indeed the question of unemployment, the question of jobs, and the question of protecting the environment are two parallel ways of solving the problem. So parallelly, we can do a world which everybody is employed and assure the environment not to be destroyed. In all of this, of course, science and technology do play a role, and the role that they play is obviously seen now by an enormous increase in scientific output. When you compare it now, the amount of scientific knowledge doubles every 8 or 9 years. This is much, much faster than it ever was in the history of humankind. And when you look now in all scientific disciplines, one can foresee major breaks. And not only that, we have domains in interdisciplinary and in transdisciplinary sciences, in our very understanding of the idea of thinking, where all of this is actually needed and is necessary. So the world we live in now actually is the world which maybe can be adequately described by the famous opening sentence of Dickens' novel, The Tale of the Two Cities. This is, to invert it actually as it is there, this is the worst of time, because we really are now facing very serious critical situation. But this is the best of time if, of course, we use the creative capacity of the humankind. And if, as one of the keynote speakers, Madame Corinne Lepage, said, we are those who are responsible for all of this, because these are things that we as human beings can change. We can change the economy, we can change the political structure we have, and we can come out of this existing paradigm, which is inadequate for us, its inhabitants, is inadequate for other creatures, because as it was said, we are now at nearly in the middle of the extinction period, which is as large as it was ever before. So yes, we have to save this planet that we live on, because though we, throughout our history, we did move from Africa and colonize the rest of the world, and sooner or later we will colonize most of the, at least, neighboring part of our system, our galactic system. But this journey is much more difficult than the one that was done when we left Africa, and of course is not there to be done soon. So it is imperative to save the earth we live on and to save the creative capacity of humankind. Thank you very much.